government is more powerful than the people. You will listen to us. You will not change the conversation. People are suffering. As long as this God sits on the throne, you will listen to us. Comedy crazy, bro. Mimi nimelala ndani bro. 2 nights in a row. Mimi mwana kijana wa 13 years. We will stop this nonsense. Some of us will sacrifice our lives.
Mimi museme najipendekeza, museme mimi activist, museme mimi nataka kuwa politician. You say what you are saying. This is someone's daughter. Don't be an idiot. Musinikasirishe bana. You are stupid. Uko na uji kwa. This is someone's daughter. And saizi tunajicontrol. We can put our lives on the line. Na tukufie inchi. We are controlling ourselves because we have parents who are talking to us at night. Tunaweza kasirika leo. We are being controlled by our pastors and our mothers. Don't be idiots. You politicians. Musitukasirishe, by the way. Do you know what percentage are the youth of this country? We are 75%. How many politicians are in this country? From the president to the MCA. You are less than 1,000 people. Idiots, thieves. Don't musilete comedy queens, bro.
Hello guys, I don't know what's coming in your mind after watching the small clip about Eric being interviewed, and some people are arguing that he's doing that just for the sake of comedy. And honestly, I don't know that. I don't know if he's doing for the sake of comedy, because we have all known Eric for the longest period that he's a king of comedy in Kenya. But irrespective of the fact that he might be doing that for the sake of comedy, or rather he's trying to buy his way tickets to politics, irrespective of all that, truth to be told, like what Eric is fighting for is something real and is something that's happening in Kenya and something that is affecting majority of Kenyans, and it's a such sad situation, honestly, that we are in Kenya. Like, do you know right now as we speak that majority of Kenyans can't afford 3 meals a day? Like, they can't afford breakfast, lunch, and supper. Like, majority of Kenyans can't do that. And for those who are even affording that, like, they are straining. Majority of Kenyans, when you want to afford, they are honestly straining. Like, they are forced to forego some things. Wengine wanabidi forego the school fees of their kids or for them to afford meals a day. Wengine wanabidi forego, like, many of the things, wanabidi forego some things so that they can afford meals. And it's such a shame that majority of Kenyans are suffering right now. And the same Kenyans who are suffering right now are the same people who are in the front line when it comes to election. Wanamkanga very early in the morning kwenda kuvote. And it's a very sad situation that majority of Kenyans are suffering, and it makes me even ask myself every single time that najiuliza, like, does it mean that the problems that we have as Kenyans is something that is beyond our government? Like, it's something that our government can't handle? Because, like, does it mean that tuna pressure sana gava yetu more than they can handle? Because when we expect a situation to be solved, like when we expected that now this government, or rather right now, we are going to solve the issue about the hunger issues of places kama kina Turkana, the situation is getting even worse. Like, when we think that tutaenda kusaidia kina like watu wa Turkana watasaidiwa ndo wache kukufa njaa, only for us to wake up one morning and realize that even us who are affording food, we can't afford it. It's such a shame. And it's such a shame that majority of Kenyans who are putting a lot of hope in the government, they are being failed. Honestly, they are being failed. And I don't know if it's because the government can't handle our problems. I don't know if the Kenyans' problems are way more than our government can't handle. Honestly, I don't know that, but it's such a sad situation that we are suffering as Kenyans right now. And if you have watched that interview when Eric was being interviewed, Eve Mungai, I watched that interview kwa Eve Mungai show, and Eve Mungai asked Eric a very good questions. She asked him that why you silence? Because initially tulikuwa tumeona Eric akiwa ametokelezea hapo very confident, fighting for high cost of living, and then all of a sudden for a few days akaenda chini ya maji. And even Mugai asked a very nice question, like, why you silenced? And Eric said no. And that question ilinirudisha way back in our history. Should I call it history? Ilinirudisha way back to our heroes in Kenya who are trying to do the exactly thing that Eric is trying to do right now, but they end up being silenced. like akina JM Karaoke. We all know his story about him trying to fight the corruption and the unfairness in land distribution, but later for him to be silenced. Okay, to be silenced up to now, to date haijulikani kama ni ukweli ama si ukweli, but he was silenced. We all know that he was silenced. And akina Kennedy Matiba and the fate alipatana nayo after trying to do the very same thing that Eric is doing. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame that when people like Eric wanna try to fight for the rights of fellow Kenyans. So they're trying to do something positive for the common mwananchi and expressing ourselves how we are suffering. Like I always find it like with a lot of confidence because they fear the repercussions. Honestly, majority fear the repercussions. It's only Eric in a way ni kama hashtuki, but majority of Kenyans, honestly, they can't do the exact thing that Eric is doing. Sio like watu hawezi taka kujitokelezea like what Eric is doing, but majority of Kenyans fear for their lives because you have all known history and you are afraid that history might repeat itself. And how I just hope that this time round something positive is going to come out of Kenyans trying to echo their voices concerning what is happening in Kenya. Yeah. Bye bye.